You know, every time I come to these boot camps, there's a spirit of expectancy. You know, it's an anticipation that you're about to rise to another level. So I feel that right now. I felt it last night when we were at the VIP. I felt it the night before when I walked into the VIP reception. And so you are in the right place. We're all here because we are trying to rise to the next level. So definitely want to give it up for you. Give it up for yourselves for just being here. It takes a lot to step out and to come to an event like this and to try to see, is this something that's really for you? And I'll go ahead and preemptively say it is for you. It's for you. So what I'm going to do, I don't know how many minutes I have, 20, 30 minutes, I don't know. But all I'm going to do is tell you a story. I'm just going to tell you a story. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about who I am and what I went through. Steve gave you a little bit, but I got to take it a little bit deeper, because the winter that he described was very, very cold and very long and very hard. And so I want to take you through that. And then after that, we're going to go through the coming out of that and the victory. And then at the end, I want to predict our future, if you'll allow me to do that. So he did introduce me. I am Richele Wilkins, and I am proud to own Caring Hands Home Health for 20 years. It has been a long, hard road, but I love what I do, just like you love what you do. I am a nurse. Any nurses in the room? Uh-huh. Baby nurses, do. He's a brand new baby nurse. I talked to Michelle, Vanessa, nurses in the house. Yeah. Special blessing on us. God honors what we do. All of the hard work to become a nurse and to take care of the elderly in their home. So thank God for all of the nurses in the room. But it was a natural progression as a nurse to work in a nursing home and quickly discover that these people don't want to be here. I would go from room to room and the people would tell me, I can't believe my family put me here. I had to leave my dog. I had to leave my home. I had to leave all my things, my neighbors, my friends, my family, to come to this place to lay next to a lady yelling, help, help, all day long. They did not want to be there. And so I had to take a long, hard look at myself and say, you know I love taking care of the elderly, but this isn't the place that I necessarily want to do it. Now, I'm not knocking nursing homes. There's a reason, a place, and a time for a nursing home. But I knew that I wanted to take care of the individual in their home for as long as I possibly could and do the best that I could at it. So like we all have done in this room, we went through all the paperwork, we dotted our I's and crossed our T's and sent things into the state, and we got a license. Woohoo! Got a license. And I mean, I hit hard and fast. You know, Medicaid doesn't pay well, but a lot of people are on Medicaid. And so I was able to quickly go from zero to $500,000 revenue in 1 year, and then double that, and then double that. And so from 2002 to 2010, I mean, I was rocking it. I was all the way up. Nothing could stop me. I'm all the way up. Y'all can say I'm all the way up. Oh yeah. I mean, we didn't have talks about contingencies of what would happen if this or that. It was just goals and plans of how we go up and up, how we level up, because nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up until I wasn't. Until 2012, when Medicaid changed rules, labor laws changed. I was all Medicaid. I was lucky to even, I wasn't even marketing for private pays. Private pays were like this, pearl in a clam that you open like, oh my God, we got a private pay, For the most part, we did awesome at taking care of the Medicaid community. And I'm proud to say that. But when you're all Medicaid, you're all Medicaid. So we had 3 provider numbers because we had 3 offices. I'm talking about I was all the way up. I had Winston-Salem locked down. I had High Point lockdown, Greensboro, and then we were just spreading out. I was all the way up until I wasn't. The winter of 2012 was cold and hard when one of those provider numbers shut down because I had an audit, and due to just growing so fast, you missed one dot of an I or a crossing of a T, and next thing you know, they're like, you're in prepayment review, and now you're not going to get your money until you prove that you fix these problems. So I had 40% of my revenue stopped, shut down for almost a year while I was in prepayment review. I was all the way down. So now I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul. I can't make payroll. I got A's knocking on my door threatening me. I owe the IRS. Oh, it's right. That's the worst right there. Okay. And the crazy thing about it is I've been talking to a lot of you, maybe not quite exactly what I'm telling you, but a lot of you had the same kind of winter as I've had, something similar, something where you were all the way up, or you thought it was going to be, nothing but great things in your future, and then something happens. And the reason why I call it a winter, because it's just a season. Not only is it a season, it's a predictable season. Have you ever had spring with no fall? Have you ever had summer without winter? So we don't need to be surprised. We don't need to ask God, why me? What did I do to deserve this? Because winter comes for us all. You're not immune. You did nothing wrong. It's just your season. And so the winter of 2012 was hard. It was dark. It was bleak. It was long. It was financial. There were nights that I cried and I cried. My son at that point was 12 years old. He used to come and sit in front of me and say, Mom, it's going to be okay. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand money, things like that, but it's going to be okay. My mother would pray for me. It was very, very difficult. And so the first nugget that you can take from what I'm saying to you today is winters will come. Just know it. The best you can do is prepare for your winter. Virtually, listen, guys, prepare for your winter. Know it's coming. Stock up, save up, get yourself mentally ready, get your will right. If you're spiritually, emotionally, socially, if your will is rolling right, you're preparing. And so again, it was hard. And what's so interesting to me is when I think about yesterday, Steve, I did not know that he started his business June of 2012. So the same time that I was going through my winter, God was preparing a way through Steve starting his business to get me out of my winter. So in June of 2012, as Steve was preparing, and I thought that there was no way out, I was ready to give up, guys. I had a $2.5 million business that I was ready to let go. I mean, honestly, and by the time 2015 came, I had started laying people off. I had pretty much exhausted asking anyone else to borrow any more money, my mama, my daddy, the banks, it was really, really bad. So I told you I'm gonna tell you a story. So you know who I am, you know where I've come from, you know that I had this conflict, but let me tell you about my victory. So in 2016, something switched in me. First of all, I was praying. I was on my knees praying. And I decided, you know what? One of my favorite athletes is Isaiah Thomas. In fact, my son's name is Isaiah, so that's ironic, but he's one of my favorite basketball players. And he had a saying during one of the championships. And he said, I might shoot us in, I might shoot us out, but damn it, I'm going to shoot. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to shoot. I'm going to figure out a way to turn this thing around because I know God gave it to me. You know, too many things in that first 10 years let me know that God got my back. So why would he leave me now? Why would he leave me now? So I decided to take a shot. I started getting online. How do you get more home care clients? That's kind of stuff I was Googling. How do you, you know what I'm saying? How do you get a better home care agency? Just whatever I could put in there, Google, just home care better, like whatever. More money, home care, you know, anything. And the thing that kept coming up is Steve the Hurricane, Steve the Hurricane, you know? So I watched his videos. And, you know, sometimes when you're watching late night TV and you get those commercials that come on and you're like the Flexi Steel one, you know, you can't line no whole boat with no Flexi Seal and go out in the ocean and feel like you're going to make it back safely. You know, some of those like, you like, but when I watched Steve, it was like, I could see how that could work. That don't seem hokey and BSy to me. That seems like if I could do that, that might would work, you know? And so I mustered up a little bit more money for me and the young lady that I had to bring back from being laid off because I knew she had that personality. I said, you know, come on, let's go down here and see what this guy's got to say and see if we can do this. I'm going to shoot my shot. And so we came to the boot camp. We signed up for the coaching immediately. And within that year, we had diversified our revenue streams. We had more private pay than we'd ever had. We were able to take all of the different modalities and the different books that he had us create, all these things that, you know, it's simple stuff. It's things like, you know, why didn't I think of that? That's, you know, and so we had all of these wonderful things that nobody else in our area was doing. Even the top dogs, even the masters, even the, you know, the ones where you're like, whoa, look at these agencies are, you know, I'm just this and they're this. They weren't doing this, you know? And these people love, I'm talking about, we would take them Chick-fil-A, y'all. He talked about Chick-fil-A early. You take Chick-fil-A to your lunch and learns. Oh, they love that. They love the Chick-fil-A. Nuggets, sandwiches, you know what I'm saying? Get the little salad on the side for those that are vegetarian. They love it. You know, the lemonade and the iced tea, make them a little Sunjoy. What would you like? You want the mix? You want the, you know, they love it. And we were killing it. And so we definitely turned things around with Steve. So again, first nugget I gave you is winters are going to come. Prepare for that. Prepare for that. The second nugget that I'm leaving with you is that my victory came in me getting connected. Getting connected. Whenever you have a goal, you have to have resources for your goal. You have to have a plan for your goal. I was just talking to London in the back and we were discussing our business strategies. And I said, what's your plan? And she said, oh, I got a plan. Because, I mean, a ship without a plan, a ship without a direction, it's just going to be floating out in sea with nowhere to go. Who knows where it'll land? But if you have a plan, if you have a partner, if you get connected, everybody in this room, isn't it so amazing some of the things you've learned just by talking to somebody? Has anybody got a nugget just from talking to somebody? Has anybody been ear hustling, listening to somebody else? What did they say? What did I say? What was that system you was using? What did you do? Isn't it awesome? So these events are a time for us to come together, to get connected, to find out what are you doing? Because here's the cool thing about it. There is enough. I know that some of you have your competitors in here, you've got people that are in your same market, but there is enough nerds out here in this community, in our country, that you don't have to worry about the competitors that are in the room here listening. So that leads me, let me go ahead and predict our future. Can I predict our future? The statistics say that between now and 2050, every 1 in 6 people will be 65 years of age and older. 1 of every 6. Do you know how many nerds? Call me the Geek Squad, because I got the services these nerds need. Okay? I'm predicting your future now. The services are there. The money is there. The nerds are there. The need is there. What we have to do right now is get prepared. I always like to say, stay ready, right, Cheryl? So you don't have to get ready. If you're chasing, trying to figure out what to do next, you're left behind. Us agencies that are here learning this stuff, we've gone past these people. We're preparing right now. You're getting information right now that you can implement right now so that you are far and beyond those other agencies. The time is now. This is our time. During COVID, our country realized the value of home care. Do you realize the number of government agencies, Medicare, different insurance companies, the PPOs, all these that realize home care is where it's at? It's much more affordable. You have got to harness. If you're not connected, I'm not here to sell Steve stuff. I don't work for Steve. I'm just telling you, this is what works for me. And not only that, it's an honorable man in an honorable company with honorable teammates. This ain't no fly-by-night, jackleg, oil snake salesman that's trying to, peddle something. He's given us real results, given us real methodologies to change our communities. And so for me, it's just what I've chosen to do is to stay connected with that. And so whatever you have to do, however you have to get connected, whether it's just getting names and numbers of the people that are in this room so that you stay connected, so that you have someone to call, so that you have someone that can understand what you're going through, so that you can get just a word of encouragement or, a different idea of how to deal with recruiting problems or what have you. Get connected, stay connected. Because if I can, again, predict your future, he calls this the Millionaire Boot Camp, but it's really the multi-millionaires boot camp, the multi-millionaires boot camp, because that's what's out there in this community. The ability for us to do something honorable for our communities by taking care of the elderly and keeping them at home where they want to be, but at the same time making a living for ourselves and hundreds or thousands of employees. God honors that. God honors that. There is nothing wrong with that. You are going to be truly a blessing, not only to your community, but to yourselves. So again, I'm just a nurse, single mom, decided I wanted to keep elderly and disabled in their home. For the first 10 years, I was what? All the way up. Nothing could stop me. I was all the way up until I wasn't. Until I came crashing down all the way to my knees and I sought out help. That help came in the form of a strong team that never gave up, a strong support system in my family. Steve the Hurricane and his team. And then I saw True Victory, and one that was more stable. Now I don't fear. If something were to shut down on Medicaid, no problem. First of all, no problem, because that winter, it built my faith. That winter built my faith. I know that now I could do a death drop and God got me. Y'all, you just don't know. You don't know. I owed the IRS a lot of money. Paid them back though. Yeah. Oh yeah, I paid them back. Debt free. Yeah. So, and then after that, now I have these different revenue streams, and I have a humble spirit about, okay, you know, I know that I know that I'm diversified. If this one over here stops, I've got these other ones, and I know that my future is bright, and so is yours. Whether you're listening virtually or whether you're in this room, 1 in 6, 1 in 6 between now and 2050 will be over 65. And I dare say a lot of those will become nerds. Be the Geek Squad. Be ready. Be ready. I got the services that we need for these nerds. Stay connected. Go on the website and listen to what Steve is saying. Sign up for the coaching. Talk to each other. Get everyone's information in here so that you're ready and that you're prepared. Now, my prayer for all of you guys is that your winters are short, that you don't give up during your winter, that they're bearable, because they're coming, they'll be here. Whether they're financial, whether they're health issues, whether they're relationship issues, whatever's going on personally in your life, you'll get through. You'll get through it. My prayer is that you'll stay connected, that you'll utilize all of the information, that you'll go back and apply what you're learning. Every single time I come to a boot camp, Steve says all the time, like, I know this like the back of my hand because he's saying the same thing. But we were talking about this last night with someone. Every single time I come, the information is primarily the same, but I get something different every single time. I was talking to somebody and she was like, it's like reading the word. It's like, yeah, it's like depending on where you are and what you need, a scripture can say something to you different one time than it does another time. So I take something new every single time. My staff already knows. They already know, oh, Lord, she's going to the boot camp. Ain't it right, Cheryl? When they get back, what we going to do now? We are going to be able to do same day or next day start services and an hour turnover time for a marketer to go out there and see people. They're going to be like, whoa, God, what? Yes, that's what we're going to do. And that's what we're going to do. Because I always want to be a step above. I always want, they need to be chasing you. Those other agencies are like, what? Carrying Hands is doing what? This visiting agent is doing what? Okay? Always be trying to level up. They should be chasing you. So again, may your winters be short, bearable, and don't give up. Get connected, stay connected. And last but not least, my prayer for you is that you reach all of your goals, you surpass all of your goals, and also that all of your dreams come true. All of your dreams come true. God bless you. God bless your staff, those that you have and those that you will have. God bless your clients, those that you have and those that you will have. And God bless you. God honors what we do. God honors what we do. And I thank you guys.